right, we're live. Right, good evening, all. Oh, it's a bit of a wet, cold evening this evening, but hopefully, as we're all indoors, that's not going to put any of us off. We should be all right. So let's have a look at the chat, see who's with us so far. We've got Johan. That's it. No worries. Good to have you with us, mate. I think we've got a few more coming in, so hopefully as they come in, people will say good evening. It's been a really good day. Managed to get quite a bit of filming done. Good evening, Robert. Good to see you with us. Yeah, got quite a bit of filming done today. We've got a little bit of painting and started on another episode as well. So it's a good day so far. Managed to get these two guys finished over the last couple of days. Haven't posted anything on the group for a while, so I need to be doing that. Evening Gabs. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with how they've come out. But that means that I've basically completed a squad of these, which is 3. I've got 2 of these done, and I started doing the third one today. So well underway, moving in the right direction. Hopefully we'll get that done fairly soon, I think. Thanks, Johan. Yeah, no, appreciate it. I'm really pleased with how they're coming on. I even made a start on the roofs for the terrace houses today, so pleased with that. Today I think I've been umming and ahhing what to do, and I think we're going to make a start on these Peaky Blinders policemen that I'm planning to do this month. I'm going to just run over them with a bit of grey because I noticed the spray's not picked up all of them, but these are the ones that came out of the excuse me, out of the flat caps and truncheons set, which I picked up at Salute last year. So it's nice to finally get them on the table and do them. I don't think they're going to take me very long, which is one of the reasons why I thought I would do them. Here's the Inspector from Series 1. So yeah, there's 7 of them there. So yeah, hopefully can knock these out pretty quickly. I've also got the light mortar team. I'm going to put some flesh on them tonight once I get flesh on these guys. But I think we'll start off this evening just putting a little bit more grey primer. It's not grey primer. It's just grey paint, but I use a grey primer, so I'm just going to go over the spots that I've not managed to pick out very well with the spray can, just to make sure that they are properly primed, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But yeah, trying to think what else been up to. I mean, today's been quite a busy but hobby intensive day, which has been really nice. Always good. What have you guys been up to? What are you working on this evening? That's probably my next question. Gabs, evening, Steve. Gab says you'll be breaking out the dark blue tonight. Then I will indeed. I have ummed and ahed about it because I was worried that the blue that I've got is going to be not dark enough. But I think with a little bit of a wash on it, that might help. But I do reckon these could be quite quick to paint in the sense that I'll put some dark blue paint on them, add a wash, and then from there, be a case of maybe some highlights, maybe, or maybe not, maybe just a bit of silver work. Well, he's got some stripes on. He must be a sergeant. Pretty cool. They're nice figures, to be fair. Really nice. I'm looking forward to painting these. But Yeah, just where I haven't been able to pick them up to spray them, there's been just a few little bits that have missed the spray, so we'll get a bit of a grey prime on them. I think I might. I'm thinking I'll do the flesh first, or at least the base coat of the flesh, and then we can work from there. Probably do the blue next. After that, I darken a dark blue further using GW's dark blue wash. I have, funnily enough, got the Drakenov Nightshade wash, which is what I'll be using. My darkest blue that I've got, I think, is this one here, the cobalt hue. I'm hoping that's going to be dark enough. But yeah, Robert says not a lot. Been too busy today. Oh, that's fair enough. Hopefully, you'll find a bit of time just to do a bit of hobby. I don't know if many of you listen to the Yorkshire Gamers podcast. He recently had the chaps from, I think they're based in Leeds, that have been running a war games club, I think called the Dad's War Room, as a way of helping men with mental health. And it did get me thinking. I wonder whether we could consider this live stream beneficial to people's mental health, in the sense that, we meet up, we chat. It's a bit of a community. We encourage each other on. Um, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd be interested to know whether you think this is sort of beneficial in that way. Right. I've still got lots of payments to do as well. So if I get really bored with these, I'll move on to that. Right. We're going to need a base colour for these chappies. I did consider using the camo black brown as a base colour, using the method that Dougie Robinson used, but I might just stick to the medium flesh tone and do that. Gab says, yes, it's definitely good for mental health on here. Steve says, definitely, I have met so many people through live streams. Yeah, no, agreed. And thank you for sharing your comments there. Really interesting to see what people's views are. My personal view is I think anything can be good for mental health. I don't think there's any sort of, any sort of particular membership or any criteria that you have to achieve to be considered good for mental health. I think anything that helps people connect is good. Anything that's positive is good. In my mind, could be wrong, but as somebody who's struggled with mental health, it's I found really, you can find positive things really all over the place. Right, let's get a bit of flesh on these German Fallschirmjäger. When I say flesh, I'm literally just going to put a sort of a base colour on so that I can let that dry, and we'll then we can move forward with this. Oh, they're not bad figures, these. I forget who makes these. These are the Valiant ones. That's it. Just have a quick look on the old shelf. Cheating a bit, but needs must. Yeah, they're nice figures. Do you think they're slightly bigger than 20mm, possibly 25mm, but it's all right. Not everybody is the same. size, I guess. My wife's 5'1.5", and I'm 6'2", so clearly, clearly, size does differ even in the same scale. Lovely. Right. Just get this guy's face done, and we'll head over to the comments, see what's being said. Some really good comments coming, so yeah, I will be with you in just a second. Annoyingly, I have to concentrate when I paint. I'm not one of these gifted people who can just slap paint on. There we go. Right. Am I happy with that? I am happy with that. Cool. It's really raining here tonight, gents. Right, let's go for it. So what we got? Johan says, received a diecast 1/100 Westland Wessex. Now to see if I can remove the rescue lettering. So it's a regular Air Force One to use for Northag, maybe. Yeah, no, that sounds a really good idea. Diecast, lot to be said for diecast vehicles. Very useful. Gab says there's a lot of wargamers who aren't able to meet up for games with people for one reason or another, so things like this are very good. I completely agree. Just made a mess of my little paint tray. Yeah, no, completely agree. I think you're absolutely right, and any opportunity we can get to, I guess, engage with those people, good for them, good for us, good for the hobby. And maybe people who aren't able to meet up with other wargamers, maybe they watch this channel, and if that's you, you're more than welcome, and glad to have you watching the channel. Hopefully you find it of benefit in one way or the other, either entertainment wise, or whether it helps you in your hobby, or who knows, any sorts of reason that people watch my channel. Got nothing better to do, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, Robert says these sort of programs keep me sane after looking after the grandchildren. Yeah. Luckily, I have some wonderful parents who look after my little one, and that just helps out massively. Yeah, very, very helpful. But I'm sure they absolutely need a rest after having her. I know I do. Lovely. We're getting there. Nice little start of this. Nice. Easing it in. Where's that thumb gone? There it is. Cool. One down. 6 to go. Johan says, well, that was quick. Rubbing alcohol, wipe that right off. Now let's start La Bella Alliance. That's in 20 mil then. Oh dear. Fantastic. It's always good when you try something and it works straight away. That's always promising. I was working on the roofs for the terraced houses for the Peaky Blinders today, and had an idea, and actually I was building. I decided to make a template because I figured if I make a template, and I can use that, and that'll just keep everything sort of the same. And I thought this is a good idea. Is it? What would Johan do? That was what I was asking myself, and I said he'd make a template. So I made a template, and worked really useful because when I could test fit the template, and when I knew the template was good, I then could use that to trace around onto the foam board to then put myself in a position where I could cut them out, and it worked absolutely beautifully. And then when it's come to the what do you call it, the foam board. I've cut it out, no problems whatsoever. Nice sharp blade. That helps massively. But yeah, they are absolutely matching. They're a good consistent size, and I think it's going to massively help when it comes to me trying to glue these proformers uh, onto the roof itself. So yeah, really helpful that. And I would highly encourage anybody who's building terrain to ask themselves, what would Johan do? Because it massively helped me out. So we're getting nicely through the flesh on these. As I say, we'll then move on to the uniforms after that, I think. Get ourselves into a good position and make a good start on these. Now, one of the other things I did today was record the next February's Batch of the Day episode, and part of that was to talk about, obviously what's coming up for the coming month, for March, what's on the workbench for March, and these policemen are part of that. Not to give too much away, but did mean I thought, if I could make a start in the live stream tonight, that will move me really far ahead in March's sort of aims, what I'm painting and such forth. So rather pleased on that front. And the only other thing really I've said that I'm going to do, other than the terraced houses themselves, is this light mortar team. So obviously making a really good start, and it's not even into March yet. So yeah, very encouraging, and very useful. Excuse me. Right, how are we all getting on? In other news, my Bacchus order arrived earlier this week. I think it was Monday, Tuesday. So very pleased about that. That means that I can start cracking on with the next battalion. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but could do some basic line infantry, get my eye back in, and then move on to something like Highlanders. That might be a good way, finishing off another division, which would be really beneficial in the grand scheme of things. I've also got some French as well, so I need to look at uniform colours. I know they have some of their force are I can't remember, they're like flank companies, but is it the Voltigeurs? And then you've got the other ones as well. I can't remember what their name is. So you basically got, I think, 3 colours of plumes on French infantry within a battalion. So I need to look that up, work out what colours I'm doing, so I can get into a rhythm of that. Always good fun. Do apologise, trying to keep this in view for you guys on the camera. I'm not getting there. Gab says, I'm working on my very British Civil War tonight. Also, I ordered a Vickers medium tank for my Bexhill Defence Force. Love it. It's brilliant. Looking forward to seeing how you get on with that. I think Warlord, are they plastic ones they do, or are they resin? I can't remember. I think I got one from them previously for my BF Force, or maybe a Desert Force in 28mm. But yeah, they will certainly help out. And in some ways, I think that's less overpowering than the Panzer III that you got there, which I think my assumption of very British Civil War is if there is armor, it's quite light, more like armored cars and bits and pieces like that. But I mean, I guess it is what it is, you know. If you're British Union fascists have managed to speak kindly to their fellow fascists in Berlin and managed to get some supplied, then well, they're doing better than the fascists in in my little community scenario that I've got. My lot are lucky enough to be in control of the sailing club, but to be honest, the Conservatives are quite keen to get that back. So I think that there will be some fighting over that. But that will, I mean, that would be a good scenario, wouldn't it? Sort of like almost King of the Hill sort of scenario. Gab says, I like 3D printed ones, partly laziness and partly cost. Fantastic. Johan says, Bella Alliance, dry fitted, perfect fit tomorrow, like sounding and assembly. Should not take more than 30 minutes. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm not sure when the Panzer 3 came out. Yeah, I mean, they had it in the desert. So must have been around by at least 40, 41, I would have said. There's probably some very intelligent people on the live stream with us who would probably have a pretty good idea of when the Panzer 3 came out. I want to say actually they had them in the invasion of France, but I mean they primarily had Panzer 1s and 2s. I think they were running 3s as well. Maybe somebody can help us out with that. When did the Panzer 3 come into sort of general use? And then I guess the question is, was it around in 38 when sort of British Civil War is set? Don't know. Is my answer. These figures are beautifully sculpted, I have to say. Really impressed with them. These are the Great Escape Games ones. I might even need to do like a showcase video for them because they are just beautiful sculpts. I really like them. Probably not going to do them justice, but you know, we'll try our best. That's all we can do. Lovely. Yeah. Number 5, 2 to go. Let's see. Johan says Panzer 3, 1936. There you go. Would Italian tanks be more fitting, entertaining? I think they probably would, Steve, to be fair. They have a Fiat. That could be quite fun, but actually in quantity after the fall of France. Yeah, I'll get something more appropriate. Still, it's fun to paint it. Yeah, absolutely, Gabs, you're absolutely right. You could use an old Renault FT17, yeah, or BT2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are a communist at heart. T26 too, very nice. Yeah, see, community is absolutely fantastic. I think for knowledge, just an absolute hive of knowledge. This group and really useful. Hopefully, you guys are finding the Facebook group useful in terms of sharing what you're up to. If anybody's had questions yet, I haven't seen any questions go up yet, but you know, somebody trying to find out something for a force they're painting or something like that. Haven't seen anything in the group yet, but still early days. Just getting a splash more paint, running a little bit low. There we go. Now, you know my aversion to mixing paints. However, for my GAR, I will have to mix some paints. So I do sort of almost a ready pinky kind of glow for some of the power cell spots. So yeah, I will be, just to let you all know that I can do it when I choose to. But yeah, I will be doing a bit of paint mixing for the last Gar suit that I've got to do. Where are we at to? Right. Gabs, all good choices. And thanks for get captured and reused till they broke down. Absolutely. And then on top of that, obviously, you know, the Italians were fascist. I think Mussolini and the fascists came into power in Italy before Hitler did in Germany. So, you know, if you want sort of to go from the origins, then Italy's definitely a good choice there. Like that. And the sergeant's hand, he's got his pistol in. Very nice. I have to say, I do think the quality of figure makes a big difference to whether painting is enjoyable or not. And I really, when I started in the hobby, painting was not my thing. I was very much a gamer. I loved playing the games. Painting was not really for me. It's become much more for me, but I think there's a lot of about, you know, getting nice figures and bits and pieces like that. So I assume some of you would probably be in a similar boat. Oh, excuse me. Had a bit of a sore throat yesterday. Managed to get through the day, and today didn't really have a sore throat. It's just been a bit sort of hanging on in there. Where I've done quite a bit of filming today. Basically, this whole morning was taken up with filming. Yeah, it's probably been used a bit too much, but there we go. All good fun. I was thinking today as I was going through some of my materials for building that I really should uh, get on with building Edoras in 2 mil for my Lord of the Rings. Haven't started yet, but it's on the list to do. I'm just not sure quite ready to start that. I think I'm gonna try to get these Peaky Blinders stuff done. English Civil War, or sorry, very British Civil War, I should say. So try to get those done. Maybe get a game or two of that played, and then you know, maybe then we'll look at moving on and doing Edoras. But yeah, right. There's the flesh all done. So that's a good start. Gabs come out, lovely minis. You're painting, yeah, definitely. I mean, they would work very well for a very British Civil War. Definitely, would really be quite good. I'm sorry, you're only seeing head down. I can show you a bit more. Robert says, yes, I prefer playing with paint than painting myself. Yeah, definitely, I'm definitely in that. Well, I don't know. I don't play as much as I would like to. I think that's the problem. So a lot of my joy has to come from painting. You know, and the civilians that I've been painting over the last few weeks, they've been a lot of fun. The Gar, a bit more tedious, I find, but easy enough to paint. These guys, oh, they're lining up to be really good. So let's start getting some serious paint on them. And I think I'm going to go for a slightly bigger brush and get some of the details. Sorry, some of the bigger areas done, and then we'll look to add some of the detail as we get a bit closer. I'll do black boots. That should be nice and easy to do. I have to work out what their belts and stuff are. But yeah, I think if I can get the paint on relatively quickly, let it dry, get a wash on them, then we should be in a good place. Do hate it when I find a bit of flash that I missed. I mean, it's come off relatively easy there, but it's just irritating. I'm gonna guess they probably had black leather rather than like a brown. Yeah, we won't get too close to the flesh. I think that's just risking it. We'll get close enough, then we'll come in with some detail brush, or a little bit more detail than what I'm doing here. Just want to try to get it on as quickly as possible. Start letting it dry. And I probably should also look at the pictures to work out what colour the helmet is supposed to be. So lots of things to work out. Right, let's get through some of these first. Then we'll go back, add a little bit more closeness, or get the paint closer. Lovely. We're doing all right, I think, tonight. Making some good progress. As I say, I wasn't really planning on getting a lot more with these guys. You know, I'm not planning to get them finished tonight. This is really just about making a strong start ahead of March, really. But we'll have this week, we'll have next week, February, before we get to March. So plenty of time to get these guys painted, to be quite honest. I think last week and this week I've put a lot of time in the evenings, which my wife is now asking if I actually am still alive, just to get painting done. Sorry, get the building work done for my terrace houses, so that I could get that video done for Sunday. That was a little bit touch and go. I managed to. I was sort of a week or two ahead with my filming and getting videos edited. And I've sort of fallen back again. Just a couple of projects that have taken a little bit longer, which meant I couldn't get them done earlier. And let's just push the whole schedule out, but not to worry, not to worry. I'm still getting them out on time. It's just means that I'm doing a little bit lastminute.com. I've got a couple of videos coming up that I've got ideas for over the course of March, and they should be quicker and easier to film, less work intensive, and therefore I can get ahead of the game again. But we'll see. It's still got to be good quality, I think, and that's what I'm aiming for. But obviously, if I'm a few weeks ahead, it means that I've got a little bit more time to do some more labor intensive or work intensive films, videos. So we'll keep going with it. Right. Oh, good evening, Ronald McDonald. Hey guys, I'm new to this channel. Well, welcome to the channel. Much appreciated your support and you being along for the ride. This is our regular Wednesday night live stream. We usually go for about an hour and a quarter, depending on what I can cope with. And tonight I'm working on these policemen from the Flat Caps and Truncheons box set, which are for the Peaky Blinders. But these are from Great Escape Games. Really nice figures. I'm really enjoying them this evening. So yeah, what are you working on, Ronald McDonald? Love the name, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. By asking people for police figurines videos. Well, you come to the right place. I'm working on these. I do actually have some videos using some different figures for police. These are sort of interwar period rather than moderns, if that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for interwar, these are great figures, and I can't remember the other ones. They were Victorian Georgian ones. Sorry, Edwardian ones, and they came from War Games Foundry. But yeah, if you check out my videos under the Peaky Blinders playlist, you'll see a video where I've done a showcase, and I've got those figures on that showcase. So yeah, do check it out. Cool. You're working on FX models. Fantastic. Not the real one. Shocking. Well, welcome anyway. You're very welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel. Do hang around and have a chat with the guys. I would say girls as well, but I don't think we actually have any women who join us on the channel. But if we do, they're most welcome. And apologies for not seeing you if you are here. Oh, managed to get a little bit on the skin there, so let's just get that off while I'm alive to it. Lovely, good save. Right, that's 4 down. We are flying through these tonight. Really pleased with these. Might even get some more pavement once done. Had quite a big push on that, didn't we, last week? Just at the end, managed to get a good number done. I actually took some of the pavement that I've been using and cut it down so that I've got exactly the right length for the terraced houses, which is quite handy. They were quite easy to cut down, to be fair, and obviously I'll just paint them up as I would the other normal lengths. So yeah, fantastic. You guys may like the Paul Knapp show. I will have to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. Are you a war gamer or a modeler, Ronald? We have a collection of people in this group. And also worth mentioning, Ronald, check out the Facebook group, which is called T's Miniature Battlefields Community. And that is sort of the Facebook group that goes with this channel and the live stream. Gives people an opportunity of somewhere to post what they've been working on, and especially if you've been on the live stream chatting with us and you want to show us what you've been working on, that is a good place to do it. Always good to see what people have been working on. Right. That's a little bit too much detail, so we'll stop there on that one. Lovely. Right, that's number 5. He doesn't need to be blue, so we're going to leave him to one side. That's the inspector. Are you a collector? Fantastic. That would explain Airfix. Quite a lot of good figures that would fit with Airfix, such as AB Miniatures, really, really nice 20mm, at 1:72 scale. Although, yes, we won't talk about scale because I've been corrected on my my video that I talked about scale. Got corrected about scales and all sorts, and yeah, it was very informative. Lots of really useful comments. Some other comments that were just a little bit. I think they missed the point. People saying, "Oh well, you know, only this scale is the real scale." And okay, that works for you. But yeah, that was a fun video. Still doing remarkably well, over sort of 6,500 views in about 3 months, which is miraculous if nothing else. Yeah, worth checking out if you haven't checked it out. Lovely jubbly. Last one, nearly finished. We'll just go back and tidy up with a detail brush, I think. That'll be the next thing to do. Lovely. Right. 6 policemen. Lovely. Anyone else like old school games in terms of old school war games? And I guess you'll have to define old school, because some of us may well remember some of the early games, I guess. Somebody like myself is a little bit older. Sorry, a little bit younger. I'm gonna claim a bit of youth here. And I didn't start wargaming until 2010. So yeah, 25 years old. Ah, yeah, right. And in terms of the rules, yeah. Yeah, I would put money that Steve would probably like some old school games, as long as it's not Challenger 2. I actually think I've heard of Challenger 2. I've never played it, and I couldn't tell you what period it is. Excuse me, but I've got a funny feeling that I have heard of it. All right, let's get that detail while you guys are talking about old school war games. When I say detail, I'm literally just going around the bits closest to the flesh, so that we don't have any accidents, spillages onto flesh. Ooh, that's nearly in the hair. Lovely. Right, round the trouser legs. I might even get the boots done tonight as well, just looking at the time. That'll be quite a success. Boots, uniform, start the flesh. Whatever next. I mean, to be fair, these aren't that hard to paint, so I think if I had just one figure, I could have got one done in the hour. At least, but I mean, doing it this way is worthwhile. I'll get probably all of them done in two hours, maybe 3 tops, but I think we're in a good place with these. We'll go have a look in the chat in a second. Let me get these cuffs done. Lovely. These cuffs are still looking great. Excellent. Oh, I know. I'm going to give a big shout out to my friend Dave in Australia. It's his birthday today. And Dave's brilliant. I met him through Facebook. He's a war gamer. He's really great. He's written articles for, I think who he's written articles for. Definitely written for Paint All the Minis Annual. He's done a couple of really good ones in that. And just a really nice guy. I think he might have written for Warlord. He's generally a really nice guy. And yeah, he's come over a few times to the UK, and I've had the grand pleasure of hosting him, playing some really good games. Helped me with Contact Front. I took some pictures with Brian Cook for first edition, and then we version 1, and then we used those images again in version 2 because they were so good. Yep, it's his birthday today, so wishing him a very happy birthday from myself and all the team, including myself, at T's Miniature Battlefields. So, yeah, good old Dave. Indeed. Well, thank you, Ronald. I'm sure much appreciate that. Right, let me catch up. Challenger 2. Ronald says, cool, Steve. I used to have a PC from 1993, but my dad threw it away when I was 12 in 2001. Few years behind me then, Ronald, but no, that's good. Steve says, modern rules are much better. I've played DBA in the past, Gab says. And yeah, Johan says, yay, Dave, as well. Thank you very much. I'm sure he will appreciate all your thoughts and happy returns and all that good stuff. But again, it is a great bit about, I think, it's one of the positives that have come out of the internet, social media, and all that good stuff is actually we've been able to connect with people all around the world that share the same hobby as us. That's really, really encouraging. So yeah, Dave, really, really great guy. You might have heard of Brian Cook as well. He, I believe, used to do a lot of work for White Dwarf. Used to write for White Dwarf. Fantastic painter, fantastic photographer. Yeah, really, really good stuff. I haven't seen much from him online. I think he used to be one of the presenters in the. Did he do the Ghost Ghost Recon? No, what was the Ghost Patrol podcast? There was a bolt action one. It was a bunch of guys from Australia. I want to say Brian Cook was one. I think who the others were. Patch might have been one. Don't know. Might come back to me in a minute, and I might remember. Ronald says you have to be careful online. Not everyone is nice. I've had some nasty abuse in the past online, unfortunately. Yeah, no, really, it is a real shame, and yeah, we don't tolerate any of that. We're not here for that. It's just not worth it. It doesn't benefit anybody to be horrible. Everybody's trying their best to have fun and enjoy their hobby. So yeah, no, absolutely, you're most welcome here, and I hope you enjoy the content and the community. Cast dice. In terms of the podcast, I want to say it was something to do with ghosts. They also had was it the hamburgers or the Brandenburgers podcast? That was another one. I think that was the Australian chaps. But again, it was mostly bolt action podcast. Not that we have anything against bolt action. I can't remember the name of it. I have to go away and look. I'll tell you what. I will go away and have a look, and if I can find them on my podcast app, then I will share a link on to the Facebook group for you guys to go check them out. I don't even know if they're still recording anymore, to be fair. It's been a while since I've been on a podcast. Last one I did I get interviewed by somebody? Can't remember if I got interviewed by somebody. I certainly, when I was doing a few Brits in the hobby, we used to do fairly regular podcasts. And the few Brits in the hobby started off as the Brit, the Yank in the hobby, when we had our friend Rob in the States joining us. In fact, he was the initial person with the idea of the podcast. So yeah, that was me, Andy Singleton, and Rob originally, and then what did we do then after that? Rob left us, and we brought Pierce Brand in. That's what we did, and Ben. No, I'm always on my best behaviour online. Yeah, that's cool. Am I allowed to give my email out? Absolutely. If you want to share your email with the fine people here, you crack on. Obviously, if you are in the UK and are looking to get together with people to, play games, most welcome to use this platform to organise that and reach out and find people. So this is about the hobby, the community. It's helping the hobby grow and helping people connect with other people to enjoy the hobby. So yeah, absolutely crack on with it. Right, I think these guys are coming on quite nicely. He says fairly confidently. I think once I've got them, I think I will let them dry just to see how they dry, and then if needs be, I could always put another coat on just to darken it up if it's not quite dark enough. I might go for a bit of that. Lovely. We are cooking with gas. They look really quite nice, actually. I'm quite impressed with them. That's the bit that I need to get. That bit in there. Cool. Happy. There's 4. What time are we on? 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Good evening, John Paul. Welcome back. I think we saw you last week, maybe the week before. So, really nice to see you. Yeah, thanks, Robert. Much appreciated. I quite like them. I do think they're probably going to need a second coat because some of the paint's just gone on a little bit too thin for my liking. Although that's probably what you're supposed to do as a painter, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah. What I haven't done in a while is play a game of Contact Front, which is pretty poor considering that are my rule set. So maybe I should get the figures out on the table at some point and maybe do a battle report or even just play a game. Bit novel, isn't it? Just playing a game. It's supposed to be, well, if I get down the club tomorrow night, I think we're playing Battle Group, which would be really good because I haven't played that in a while. So that would be nice change. Possibly in 10mm, which I don't often do, but a game's a game and Battle Group's Battle Group, and enjoyable all the same. Right. Happy. Oh, no. Let's get that bit there. Ronald says, I can advise you to use acrylic paint on your plastic. Enamel paint corrodes plastic. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever used enamel paints. I feel that's more like a model sort of airfix kit sort of thing, or even model railways. But no, I'm an absolute acrylic fan of acrylic paints. That's what I use all the time. But thank you for the tip all the same. Very helpful. Right, let's get this last cuff on this one, and then I think we might just make it through the last guy. Yeah, you can see the back of his shoulders here, on the back of his tunic, really is quite light. So I need to darken that up. Probably some more paint. So that's why I think I'm going to need a second coat. So we'll let these dry properly, and then I can always come back another evening and put a second coat on. Just want these guys to look quite good, to be honest. Yeah, much better looking with a sort of a second coat there. Happy with that. cool. Right, let's let that one dry then. Let's get this last one done. Ron says, I used to, but it ate my fingers and made them brittle. Oh no. Graham, good night. Good evening, Graham. I'm new here. Monocolor is your best bet for brush painting. Yeah, I use a lot of model color. I also use some fairly cheap acrylics, and they've always done me well. And they're of course a lot cheaper as well. So yeah, no, fantastic, and welcome. Nice to have you along in the live stream. So thanks for joining us. Do check out the Facebook group if you're on Facebook, which is T's Miniature Battlefields community. Basically, it is just a group set up for this YouTube channel and the live stream, where you guys can share what you're working on and interact, and I can share what I'm working on during the week, sort of that insider look. And yeah, just a good opportunity for people in this community to engage and share projects. We have got a very British Civil War painting challenge going on at the moment, which these guys will add to. It's just a fun, I say it's a challenge, it's just a fun little, not a competition even, it's just a thing to try to encourage people to paint some figures. So if you're interested in doing that, then you're more than welcome to get involved with that. There is a hashtag you can use if you're that way inclined to let everybody know that that's what you're doing, but you don't have to. It's all a bit of fun, really. And doesn't even have to be models, could be terrain. Johan's our resident terrain guru, who I am always asking tips of. Right, we are nearly there on the last chappy here. Gonna get his collar finished up. That is good. Happy with that. Probably run a bit, but there we go. Lovely. Happy days. Right, there is 6 of them. All done with some flesh. I will put some black on the boots as we've got a few minutes still. Let's look at the chat comments. Yeah, Ronald, Graham, you're both new this evening, so welcome to you both. Interesting. Aircraft builder, 32 scale, looking to help with scratch building for dioramas. Fantastic. I think Graham, I think Ronald also does airfix kits as well. So yeah, looks like you guys have wandered both in at the same time. Oh, I should have used that blue for the helmets. Right, okay. I'll do that another time. I'm not going to do that tonight. What I will do is just put some black on their boots. I'm going to use a contrast paint for this because I do quite like the fact you can put it on and you get your wash as well. So we'll just start knocking these guys out. Massive thank you to everybody this evening. We've had loads of people along for the live stream tonight. We've had some new people. We've had some old, I say old, I mean veterans of the channel or the live stream. So really appreciate all the support from you guys, new and old. And I'm not talking about age on that one. Been really good the last few months, really. The way the live stream has just continued to go from strength to strength, and the support from you guys is fantastic. Just a reminder for those people who are new, I release a video on my channel every Sunday night at 6 p.m. UK time, and I do this live stream Hobby Hangout every Wednesday evening, UK time of 8 o'clock. So if you're around, do come and check it out. come and join us. We're a pretty regular band of all sorts. I think I cover the loony part, and everybody else is pretty sane after that. Although we haven't seen J Mac tonight, so I think he's possibly on the loony side as well. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. He knows I'm only kidding, but yeah. Graham's got plus. I've got figures and a diorama for the Embassy Siege back in 1980 to get done as well. Oh, that sounds good. At some point, I may finally get my contact front supplement done for sort of police, sort of SWAT forces, raids, scenarios, and then part of that will also cover special forces in their sort of counter-terrorist role. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll get that finished. Rather liking the look of these figures once you get the black boots painted. Definitely is bringing them alive, so it's encouraging. Robert says it works for him being a loony. We all have our special place, and mine is the loony bin. So yeah, happy to wear that one. And I should say, if you're unsure about whether I'm telling the truth, check out Batch of the Day, which is my episode that will be out this Sunday, and January's is already out. It's the first episode, so well worth going and checking that out. That'll just show you just how crazy I am. But it is my monthly hobby update, and done it in a bit of a different style than just me sat at my desk telling you what I've done. Try to make it a little bit more entertaining and fun as well. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And of course, if you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome. It'd be much appreciated. And obviously, if you hit the bell notification, then it will just let you know when my videos are out. Right, 2 chaps to go. I'm a little bit over 9 o'clock, but we're just going to get these finished because the black boots does really start to pull these together nicely. So we're going to get these done. I think 25th of March, just as an advance notice. I think that Wednesday I won't be doing a live stream just because my colleague is leaving and we're doing a run ashore or a leaving do for her. So I shall most likely be in a pub somewhere and won't make it back in time for the live stream. But I will put a reminder up closer to the time. We won't be having a live stream that evening. Yeah. Sorry, I'm concentrating again. It's always a bad habit of mine when I'm painting. It means I tend to stop talking and I certainly miss all the comments. Let's see what we've got. Graham says, got refused for the Nut House, wasn't qualified enough. That is a shame, Graham. I'll put a word in for you if you like. Ronald says, I need to renew my membership for the Monster Raving Loony Party. Graham, I blame the brain surgeon who worked on my bleed on the brain 26 years ago this month. Oh my goodness. Ronald, I need to go soon. My real name is Angela. I live in Yorkshire. Well, fantastic. Yorkshire is a great place. It's a good match of the day. It's actually match of the day, but we'll let you off on that. You can obviously see there is a link there. Andrew, it's been fantastic having you join us this evening. Thank you ever so much. Do check out the channel for more content. And if you're around next Wednesday, hopefully we'll see you then. To be honest, I'm pretty much there anyway, because I have done my 6. We'll just shuffle them forward. We'll do the inspector another day. 11 viewers. My goodness, we're doing well tonight. Who knows what that will be one day, but we'll hold that thought for now. Right, so um, before my cold takes over anymore, I think we're going to call that good for now. Um, I think that's a really promising start, and my hope is that over the next coming couple of weeks we'll get these guys finished off, including my Fashion Jaeger light mortar team as well. I might even try to get this chap, the Gar Battlesuit, finished, and on top of that, I'll be working in the background on my Peaky Blinders terrorist housing. So lots of good fun to come. Thank you all for your support this week. Really appreciate it. Big thanks to the new individuals joining us this evening for the first time. Thanks, John Paul, for coming back. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Graham. And who else we got? Robert, thank you. Gabs, Steve, Johan, all great to have you with us. Hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon. Do keep posting in the Facebook group, and until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.